Heading up to Lead and Steel headquarters, going to meet Ahmad. He came to one of our courses recently. They have really interesting optics and seen a lot about their rifles as well that I really want to get my hands on. Shot it briefly while they were at the class. I was pretty blown away by the felt recoil from the rifle. Seems like it was tuned really well, and so we're gonna head up to their headquarters, talk to Ahmad, get the inside scoop on their optics, rifles, and what makes them kind of stand out. So, yeah. Intro. How are you?
Good to see you. How you been?
Good.
What's up, guys?
This is Jake. John's on the phone.
Oh, nice.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Don't talk to people. Go in there closer to her.
Watch this.
Jake. Nice to meet you guys. Guys are excited about it. I was showing some of the higher ups about it, and they were really excited. One of our guys, he's as far as machining and the actual parts go, like much more knowledgeable than I am. And he's like, well, I don't know. He's like, let's just go Daniels. I was like, yeah, just check out their video. You watch the video with Ahmad. He's like, all right, he's saying all the right things. So he's coming around on it. I'm like, yeah, I think I got his buy-in on it. So excited to try it out. I know my sergeant I've been talking to, he's really excited to check the optics and shoot the guns and all that stuff. So
Yeah, we'll get the paperwork out and ship them out probably this week.
Got general fulfillment room here. This is just where all the orders are packed and shipped. This is our laser and prototype room. This is where a lot of the parts are fiber optic laser. This is like forgive me, we just got through a tender, so we're a little messy. But this is where we're laser engrave either just deboss or surface the stuff that's ready for export. This is the impact testing. See the concrete block about 6 feet. So we do the pin doors and LP1s on here, batch testing. That's we need to get that reset up. But that's basic submersion testing up to 4 atmospheres. Or about 40 meters simulated depth underwater, just to make sure the systems survive any maritime environments and stuff like that. So this is where we do the optical system assembly, basically the RC LED, soldering the RC LED to the PCB, and then soldering both of the boards together to the cell PCB, and then all the assembly processes from elevation and windage dial mechanism. So once the mechanism is assembled here, we then move over to the clean room for the actual more, let's call it technical assembly. But this is where the initial steps take place. So this is the ISO 5 clean room. Basically get the right angle so it reflects back to the optical axis and the shooter's eye. So that process is tedious, and that's why we have everything set up the way we do.
if you're going to start an optics company, it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes in.
Yeah, lots of pride. That's for sure. So we have 2 main lines on the weapon side. This is just where the product usually gets stored and ready for retail, like upper receivers and the dollar wrench, lower receivers and the shoulder wrench. There's let's call it an imaginary dividing line here. The right side of the armory components are all lower receiver, the left mostly upper receiver. So we have a couple of different configurations. Obviously there's US commercial and there's US LE and then there's the international stuff. And so it gets kind of tricky kind of keeping everything operationally smooth, and we do a pretty decent job.
And you got the Jag and the ARC. What's the main difference? Is it components are the main difference?
Yeah, so the Jag pretty much got weaned out just because it's, for the most part we figured that we could just kind of combine everything into one product family and just let the end user pick what they want.
Right.
But really it's just the standard, commercial components, right? Versus the proprietary stuff. That's really it. So where the ARC currently sits is kind of like in between where it starts, and then you can obviously tack on whatever components you want after that. The baseline all-rounder carbine now has some of those Jag parts, right? So we have our standard 4150 black nitride coated barrel, low pro gas block installed that way. Nitride, black oxide, bolt carrier group, right? And then from there you get some of the added technical differences. So if you want to bump in the chrome line monoblock, you can. If you want to jump in one of the new sand cut carbon 158 carriers that we have, you can do that too.
Okay.
And so that sort of stuff, that's what kind of provides the more premium aspect. But each technician, each armory bay, obviously they have their own set of tools and SOPs. And from there, as the lowers and uppers are moved on, they usually just get set from the bays here. After they're set in the bays, they get prepped for test fire. That's when the separate technician marries uppers and lowers and sends rounds through the bullet trap there. After we confirm that everything looks good, rifle gets static designed and sent straight to the armory. And the armory is where we keep everything nice and secure. These are garage doors that they go out the loading box, so there's no action.
So no wiggle at all.
No.
No wiggle. Plenty of ARs.
Yeah,
a little bit of play, right?
Those are difficult to separate, but we do a pretty good job of making sure that our lug tolerances are tight.
Yeah, I can tell. I mean, it's rigid. As far as trigger goes too, notice you guys opt for flat face trigger.
Yeah, just a basic single stage 4.5 pound pull. You know, there's some different options out there. The biggest thing for us is, you know, we'll leave the nicer triggers obviously for the end user to install if they want something like a Geisley or whatever, but what we rely on basically is adequate primer engagement and, you know, detonation. So full mass hammer, full weight hammer spring. That's what we care about.
And single stage versus two stage, is there a reason, like, what's the reason behind that?
This is really just, I mean, like I said, it's subjective. For us, we use the single stage just because I personally like having a rolling brake, and I like the partner that we use for the injection molding on the trigger components. They do a pretty consistent job.
Nice.
But yeah, totally dependent obviously on the professional and what they want out of it. If they want to pull up takeoff and go to a wall, if they just want to roll through it, you know. That's the 10.5 chrome line bore. This is the 14.5. The barrel system that we use in this is somewhere in between the monoblock and the standard nitride commercial grade barrels. This has a continuous taper, starts out thick back here and it thins out all the way to the top. Standard 4150 stress relieved. Each rifle is test fired. Each rifle is also accuracy tested. Yeah.
Just whip these up real quick and you're good to go.
Yeah, man, it takes a couple hours, right?
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. So, like I said, fastest capability tour you guys have been through, but that's pretty much it. Rifles and optics, man.
We love it.
Yeah.
We'd love to do, we'd love to highlight some of the optics too, especially.